Hello, welcome back to the channel of motorbike nonsense. New year, first ride out of the year. I'm on a Triumph Street Triple R. I've just filmed a first impressions video of this bike, so stick around, stay tuned for that as a separate upload. This though, I just wanted to kind of really update you on the channel because it's been a while and I had a busy Christmas on the channel, and yeah, my outlook on motorbike YouTubing has slightly changed for this year in a good way, don't get me wrong. So over Christmas, hopefully if you're new, you would have seen I did a 4-part road trip video series into France, into a little bit of Germany, with quite a bit of history woven in, and I have to say thank you. I realise you can't see me on that GoPro because it's so dark, but I am crying tears of gratitude here, like a beaver that's just seen its first tree of the season to chop down, because the response to my history road trip series was so good. I had one negative comment out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of really nice ones. I was initially concerned people wouldn't want to learn about history in the middle of a motorbike video, but they do. Oh, sorry, burped. But they do. So that's really heartening, and that's kind of led me to get down on one knee to my girlfriend and ask her, can I go on a few more tours this year? And she said yes. So there'll be a few more tours in the works, nothing too concrete yet, but I do now really want to weave in history into every single one that I do, because it felt really good doing that. It felt like something I want to do, to talk about history as well as motorbikes, rather than just say, oh look, there's a pretty road, oh look, I've broken that French speed limit. I do want to do that as well, but I also want to yeah, show you the rest of the world as well. So yes, more history road trip videos hopefully coming this year. I'll probably get a chance to do maybe 2 long weekends over to Europe. I might go with some friends as well who are new to biking and show them some parts of Europe I've not seen for years. And at the moment my thoughts are doing some of the French Alps around the ski resorts near Bourg Saint-Maurice and Tignes and places like that. I did that years ago, and there were some epic roads with really good scenery. And I've also not explored the mountains near Geneva. I think it's the Jura Mountains. So that's my thoughts at the moment. I've done 2 years in the Vosges Mountains. I would love to go back there, but I can't do the same thing 3 years in a row. It would be a little bit tedious for you and for me. So yeah, that's the plan. Plan is to do it all on my MT10, which if you're new to the channel, my own bike isn't this. It isn't the M1000R that you saw in that road trip series. It's a 2022 Yamaha MT10 SP, and I've slightly modified it for touring with a top box and the screen and heated grips. I need to get a comfort seat. I'm also gonna probably decat it, fit a new exhaust, not too loud but enough more free breathing that I can remap it and get some more power and a smoother torque curve out of it, and then take it to Europe. That's the plan really. I've also just got some crash protection for it from the lovely people at GB Racing, so it's going to be going on some track days with me as well. And I haven't done a track day on my own motorbike since 2009 when I was on my Street Triple. So yeah, lots of stuff planned for this year. It's going to be really busy. Lots of bike reviews coming as well, so obviously I'll have a full review of this Street Triple coming up in a couple of weeks if I don't crash it into a bronze Porsche Macan. And just continue really with as much kind of travel road trippy content as I can muster as well, because that for me is what biking is really about. It's about going places on the motorbike, seeing different parts of the world, feeling like you're part of one big happy biker family, and not getting told off by American tourists in concentration camp gas chambers for daring to do an educational video on YouTube, which was highly amusing. But yeah, that video series, if you haven't watched it, please do go and watch it. It was I filmed it in August and I edited it in December over many pre-Christmas Toblerones, and I might not leave such a gap between filming and editing it next time because I'd forgotten bits and pieces. But at the same time it's quite nice because I was in the winter doldrums and I got to see some sun that I'd experienced and some dangerous riding that I had to possibly cut out. So yeah, all good in the hood. Back on a Triumph. I thought Triumph weren't really talking to me. Turns out it's because I hadn't talked to Triumph. So we're all good. Hopefully got the new Scrambler 1200s coming up. I've got a Daytona 660 coming once they're on the UK press fleet. Some Hondas, all sorts of stuff. It's going to be a really exciting year hopefully. And I want to do some off-roading stuff. The usual the usual spiel. I feel like I say this every year, but yeah, I feel very revitalised now after the reception of those Christmas videos, so thank you. I also want to know what your plans are, because if they're good, I want to nick them, frankly. Are you doing any touring? If so, where are you going? What are you going to be riding? And who are you going with? I'd like to know about that, because as I said, I've got 5 or 6 days a couple of times this year where I can get on a motorbike, get off the Eurotunnel and have that best feeling in the world of exploration and untapped adventure and baguettes. So yeah, I want to steal your ideas. Are you going to buy a new bike as well? What new bikes are you interested in this year? What do you want me to try and ride? I will do my damnedest. I've already emailed most of the manufacturers to say, please can I come and have a go? And most of them have said yes, so that's nice. That's always reassuring. Again, I don't think this year I will be getting into the realms of super professional motorbike YouTubism, by which I mean I'm not going to bother with any channel sponsorships, probably. I don't do this to make money, and I don't really like the insinuation you often have that when you take on a sponsorship you're going to suddenly be really positive about that particular brand, unless it is a brand you really love, which is fine. But I just don't see that as part of my short-term future for this channel or the car channel that I run, Tim Brody Drive Stuff. And frankly, I don't think I'm worth paying money to for my content. So yes, this is going to continue to just be unsponsored, unfettered journalism. I'm a journalist, I'm a motorbike and a car journalist at heart, and I like pointing out flaws in things. I think, you know, if people are out there spending £9,600 on this, they will want to know that the switchgear feels a bit cheap and the indicator switches at a weird angle and I've got a slightly sore bum after an hour, things like that. And then it's offset by the fact that you giggle every time you go wah. I have to say, first ride of the year. It's been a month since I rode a bike. I last rode the day before Christmas Eve. I nipped out for a bit in my MT10 and I managed to get rid of all my chicken strips, which I was quite pleased of, in the depths of winter. But I have really missed it. Like, I don't actively miss motorbiking when I don't do it for a while, because I'm usually busy with family and looking after my 2 young girls and all that good stuff. But I do subconsciously, I get this kind of creep of I feel a bit antsy. I feel like I need to go and have some me time and get out and do this and talk to you guys. Now that's a big part of what motorcycling is for me, is talking and spewing my thoughts out about things and engaging you guys in the comments, not the angry ones, and just getting out and about. And I don't know if you guys have felt this as well, but over Christmas there's nothing I want to do more on Christmas Day than disappear on my motorbike for an hour. But apparently it's frowned upon when various young children are opening presents and wanting batteries put in toys and things like that. But yeah, I was sitting there thinking, oh, it would be nice to be out on a motorbike. Also, while I've got you, did any of you go to the 44 Teeth Budget Bike Battle cinema screening? Because it was mostly excellent. I thought it was hilarious. It was essentially a stag do from Rotterdam to, where was it, Bratislava, with adult size sex dolls on the back of each bike. It was puerile, it was basic, I loved it for it. And I think possibly it went a little bit too far in the final scene, as in slow motion we got to see the wonderful sight, the horrible sight of female genitals being slow-mo pulverized with paintballs. It did feel a bit too far, but hey, those guys are doing their thing and they're pushing it, and I think like their content is absolutely great. And I think they've realised, a bit like Top Gear used to realise, I used to work for Clarksdam and May, they always used to say, cars, we realised quite early on, cars are pretty boring. What you do with them is more interesting. The fun you're going to have using them as a vehicle for entertainment is the way forward, and that's exactly what 44 Teeth lot are doing. I really like their Scottish road trip that they did last year as well, where they went up Scotland on a Desert X and a Multi V4 and got themselves into some fairly stupid situations on beaches. So yeah, I'm sure you guys follow them, but yeah, look out for the Budget Bike Battle YouTube version coming out, I think end of January. I was chatting to Chris and Al and they said I think it's end of January. It will be quite heavily sanitized from the version we saw in the cinema, but that's probably a good thing, because I did feel a bit like I had to have a shower after watching it. Oh yeah, I also need to get a new helmet as well, so any new helmet recommendations? This is a old Shoei NXR and I do like it because it's kind of a mixture of sporty and reasonably quiet and practical for touring as well. Oh, what's this? What's this? It's a speed triple in dark red. Nice. I kind of fancy a 1050 speed triple. I used to have one. I missed that engine when it was all about low down slugs of torque. The new one, the 1200, is too revvy. So yeah, get me say a 20 I should take a 2018 Speed Triple, was it RS they did eventually, with the twin underseat arrow exhausts, and that's my idea of a modern classic. Nah. Anyway, I've waffled on way too long. I'm going to get a burger at Newlands Corner, and I shall see you very soon. If you've not subscribed to the channel, well, you're not going to be watching this if you're not subscribed to the channel, but whatever. Subscribe, like the video, go down to the comments and tell me your motorbike plans for 2024. What you're going to buy, if you're going to buy anything. Don't feel you have to be a capitalist pig. And where you're going to go, and what you're going to do with your motorbike. Are you going to do any track days? Are you going to ride across the Sahara? Or, like me, you're just going to go for a bit of a wobble around Europe and eat lots of cheese. Cheese. Right, I'm stuck behind a bus. Goodbye.